Beat is about artists taking a lead in society. When setting this company up, there wasn't a great arts infrastructure in Belfast. There wasn't anything here for artists. So there was a need for something more creative, more inclusive. That's what we started working on.
Beat is a charity and everything we do here is for other people, it's for the arts. Our three core words are creativity, collaboration and celebration.
Back in the mid-90s, a lot of the time when people gathered in public space to celebrate something, they were celebrating their own culture. And what we wanted to do was have inclusive celebration. Parading's a big tradition here, drumming's a big tradition. So we wanted to do those things, but in a different way.
Samba drumming, it was something that had a lot of energy and a lot of potential, and David Boyd here at the Beat had seen that. We brought the lambegs and the borongs together with a traditional alfaia, which is a drum from Brazil, and we paraded up the Falls Road with it. And we had people from the Falls Road dancing to the lambegs. It was fun. And the thing was, we did it from the background of utmost respect to all traditions.
Carnival could be seen to work. That's what it did for Belfast. It brought people together. So we were asked to produce St. Patrick's Day in order to make it more inclusive. We don't want to put the same stuff out every year, so every year we do make new items. And you can see behind me the work that's been created by the artists that we employ. Everything here has been designed, imagined and then made by artists.
Been involved with Beat Carnival making many St. Patrick's Day costumes over the years. Initially there's a meeting that you go into with the props department, with the welding and construction department, and then we'll go upstairs, have a look through all of the fabrics that we've got, and then that ranges into about a 6-week-long project.
This workshop here is what we call the bottom workshop. It's where all the welding and mechanical sort of stuff gets done. If you ever have a look around, anything that's made out of metal, I've made it. Like the likes of the big tricycle bikes over there and stuff like that. So we just build everything from scratch, basically.
It is very challenging at times. The Beat is such a small workforce. There's maybe 700 to 1,000 people in our parades. That's a lot of people to manage.
We're also at the same time working on community involvement to ensure there's a good, inclusive participation in the event.
So we go out into different community groups and we create different items that are going to be in the parade. If we're doing a lantern parade, for example, we'll go out and every individual kid will make a small little lantern. They're running around showing it to everyone because they're just so proud that they've achieved something, and that to me is one of the most important things about arts education.
Whenever we do St. Patrick's Day parades in Belfast, you never get to see Belfast as thriving, and just to see that joy and the recognition of the amount of effort put in has been so rewarding.
I'm usually on top of one of the floats, operating it, off into costume, straight out and on top of the float.
You're doing it knowing that this is going out in the streets on the day. Not only are the performers performing, but your costumes are performing too.
You have something crazy going on at every angle and you're overwhelmed by noise and colour.
Tens of thousands of people have been through the Beat Carnival colours. I found it amazing being part of a small company putting on something so big and involving so many people.
When I first started with Beat, very first couple of parades that I took part in, I'd never seen anything like it, and it was just such a breath of fresh air.
In those days, PUL, Protestant Loyalist communities, did not get involved in it, did not feel they could be involved in it, did not want to be involved in it. Because we had a good relationship with groups across the city, we were able to bring in a number of PUL community groups, performers, people who were demonstrating their Protestant culture, traditions within the Irish parade. And I think that's a testament to the fact we were a creative company. It was creative people, running arts projects, going out to communities and putting work on the street. If I was looking back and going to give my younger self some advice when starting all this, I suppose it has to be an awareness that it's a project for the long haul. Last year, coronavirus hit.
We spent months preparing for this, and 3 days before the event, the plug was pulled.
After we got the news that St Patrick's Day was cancelled, it was down tools everywhere. Artists, costume makers, float designers, everyone.
And we had everything built and finished and ready to go almost. It's all now sitting out there in the workshop and it's never been seen, which is a real shame.
It was clear we were in a serious situation. It did feel devastating at the time. Well, I went out on St Patrick's Day in the early morning and looked around the city and it was empty. Yeah, nothing in the streets, shops closed and so on. And normally it would be hiving.
So that has been a huge loss to our young people specifically, and all the community groups we visit.
Mental health is an issue that everybody's talking about. We are very aware of that, and our weekly programs are addressing that.
And the arts is something that is really beneficial for mental health and creativity. Being able to express yourself creatively, whether it's through drawing, through dance, through street performance, just there's so many different ways the arts can help, and that's why it's so important to keep supporting the arts even during coronavirus.
We're all in this together, we all have to help each other to get out of it, and I think whenever lockdown is lifted and we are out of this, we are going to celebrate big time, and I think that's even more reason for a fantastic big carnival, and Beat will be definitely a big part of that.
We do believe there's a future for this carnival arts work, so we're looking forward to new ideas, new forms of carnival, new friends, new people involved and new artists involved.
So we look forward to getting back together and celebrating again. I don't think you can stop us. We're going to have a lot of fun in the future.
I think we're going to come back stronger than ever when we're allowed to. This will push us to create bigger and better and brighter, and can't wait to get everyone involved again.
So yes, there's a reason to be optimistic for the future. People want this to happen. We'll certainly keep committed.